The moment he said her true name, her spear trembled. I held you as you died, then buried you. The arena of Clan Vorin pulsed with ash-clogged air, heavy under 3 suns. Thousands of gray-skinned spectators slammed fists against chests, their chants a low thunder across the scarred stone. Kalia, champion of Vorin, stood tall, her obsidian spear gleaming. Ritual scars traced her arms, each a victory etched in flesh. Across the sand, 2 guards dragged a human, bound, bruised, silent. His chains bit into wrists, blood dripping to the ash. The crowd roared for death. The arena master raised his horn. Judgment for the alien. Kalia stepped forward, spear spinning, its edge catching the sun's glare. The human knelt, head bowed, dark hair hiding his face. She circled, assessing. No honor in this, she thought. One strike, swift, merciful. She raised her spear. The human looked up. Their eyes locked. Kalia, he said, voice steady. You wept as I faded. 4 words shattered Kalia's resolve. Her spear trembled, heavy as memory. The crowd's chant faltered, confusion rippling. She stared into the human's eyes, gray, unflinching, impossibly familiar. You died, she whispered, voice lost in the arena's din. His gaze held no fear, only truth. You buried me. Her breath caught, the spear slipped, thudding into ash. Gasps echoed. A champion of Vorin never faltered, never spared a foe. Yet Kalia stood frozen, the human's words unearthing a grief she'd buried under blood and bone. The arena master's horn blared. Kalia, honor your ancestors. She didn't move. The crowd jeered, their unity fracturing. She turned, spear abandoned, and walked toward the gates. The human watched, silent. Iron slammed shut behind her, sealing her disgrace. The suns burned hotter, but Kalia felt only the chill of a truth she couldn't name. Night cloaked the Vorin fortress, its towers jagged against twin moons. In the human's cell, chains rattled softly. He sat, back to cold stone, bruises darkening his skin. Footsteps echoed. Kalia entered, her scars bare without war paint. Her eyes, amber and raw, fixed on him. Who are you? Her voice cracked, a warrior's strength fraying. He met her gaze. You know. Her fists clenched. He died, 2 cycles ago, on the ash plains. I held him. The human leaned forward, moonlight catching a scar above his eye. You sang to me as I bled out. A Vorin lullaby. Kalia staggered, a fist slamming the wall. Dust fell. I burned you. Scattered your ashes. He shook his head. Then it wasn't me. Her amber eyes searched his face, desperate for a lie. She found none. Tell me something only he knew. The human's voice was calm, deliberate. Before the ash plains, we camped under the triple stars. You traced their arcs, named them for your sisters. You asked if humans named stars too. Kalia's breath hitched. No one knew that night. Whispered in shadow. I said we did, he continued. But I believed stars were promises, kept across lifetimes. Her knees buckled. She gripped the cell bars, steadying herself. I buried you, she hissed. Someone else burned, he said. Silence fell, heavy as chains. Kalia pulled a key from her belt, hands trembling. The lock clicked. Chains clattered to stone. If you lie, she whispered, I'll end you. He nodded. I know. She tossed him a cloak, gray as ash. Move fast. Stay silent. They slipped into the fortress's shadowed veins. 2 ghosts defying Vorin's law. Corridors twisted, lit by flickering torches. Kalia led, her steps silent, the human close behind. Guards patrolled, their armor clanking. She timed their movements, slipping past. An alarm horn wailed, shattering the quiet. Your cell's empty, Kalia muttered. Run! They sprinted, cloaks billowing, toward the ash gate. Rarely guarded, barely used. Footsteps pounded behind. 3 guards blocked their path, blades drawn. Kalia, traitor! One barked. She didn't hesitate. Her fist cracked the first's jaw. Her knee felled the second. The third lunged. The human tripped him, swift and precise. Still sharp, Kalia said, breathless. Save it, he replied, shoving the gate open. They fled into the ash wastes, the fortress's horns fading. Torches flared on the walls, hunters waking. The night swallowed them, but the chase had begun. 3 suns would rise soon, and Voron's wrath would burn hotter. The ash wastes stretched, a gray sea of dust and bone. 3 suns climbed, scorching the air. Kalia and the human trudged, cloaks heavy with ash. Behind, a dust cloud loomed. Hunters, Voron's elite, tracking their trail. They're close, the human rasped, throat dry. Kalia's eyes narrowed. The ash ridges ahead. We lose them there. The terrain shifted. Jagged spires of petrified bone rising like broken teeth. A low rumble grew. Not thunder, but an ash storm, a wall of choking gray advancing. It'll slow them, Kalia said, but bury us without shelter. They pushed into the ridges, bone fragments crunching underfoot. The human stumbled, weak from hunger. Kalia caught him, her strength unyielding. I won't bury you again, she growled. The storm's edge stung their skin. Ahead, a bone spire's hollow promised refuge. They ran, ash swallowing the world. The storm roared, ash blinding. Kalia shoved the human into the spire's hollow, a cave carved by time. They collapsed, gasping, as the world outside howled. Dim light filtered through cracks, revealing scorched stone. Kalia froze. This was my outpost, she whispered, where I burned you. She knelt by a blackened patch, fingers tracing ash. Here. The human watched, silent. Her hands sifted, unearthing bone fragments, small, weathered. She lifted one, amber eyes narrowing. These aren't human, she said, voice trembling. Too dense, too curved. The human crouched beside her, taking a fragment. Then who? Kalia's fist clenched, crushing bone to dust. Someone wanted me to believe you were gone. The storm's wail carried a deeper truth, one that shook her core. Betrayal, not death, had shaped her path. The cave held them, a tomb of lies. The storm faded, leaving a shifted wasteland. Kalia paced, her mind a tangle of rage and doubt. The human sat, scars glinting in faint light. One mark between his shoulders caught her eye, raised, hidden under burn tissue. Hold still, she ordered, kneeling. Her fingers traced it, peeling back years of grime. A brand, she said, voice cold. Cathar Syndicate. Slavers. The human tensed. I died in your arms. Kalia shook her head. Memories can be forged. Cathar twist minds. She pulled a salve from her belt, rubbing it into the scar. The brand sharpened. A syndicate sigil. Unmistakable. You weren't buried, she said. You were sold. His eyes widened, denial fading. Why? Kalia had no answer, but the brand burned in her mind. Someone had stolen him, used her grief. The truth was close, and it demanded blood. Dawn broke, ash settling. Kalia and the human emerged, the wasteland remade by the storm. There's an outcast camp, east, Kalia said. Exiles know Cathar's dealings. The human nodded, cloaks trailing dust. They moved, bone ridges giving way to cracked plains. Hours passed, the suns relentless. A camp appeared, tents of bone and hide, guarded by scarred outcasts. A warrior, face marked with broken clan sigils, stepped forward. Kalia of Voron, she spat, why seek the shunned? Kalia stood tall. Truth, my clan betrayed me. Murmurs spread. The warrior's eyes flicked to the human. And him? He's why I'm here, Kalia said. The warrior studied them, then gestured. Enter. But draw a blade, and your ash. They followed, eyes tracking them, hostile, curious. The camp's heart held answers, but trust was a blade's edge. The camp's central tent reeked of smoke and herbs. An elder, skin cracked like dry earth, sat on a bone throne, his blind eyes turned to them unerring. "Kalia, Voron's blade," he rasped. "And a human who walks with ghosts." Kalia bowed, traditional, though he couldn't see. "You know me?" The elder's laugh was dust. "I was Voron's keeper of lore. Your steps sing of loss." His head tilted. "The human carries a shadow, not his own." The human stepped closer. "What do you know of me?" The elder's hands traced his face, scars, jaw. "They sold you," he said, "to Kethar. Your bond with Kalia threatened their war." Kalia's fists tightened. "They used my grief." The elder nodded. "You were their symbol, forged in lies." The human's voice was steady. "Who burned in my place?" The elder's silence was an answer too heavy to bear. The elder's voice dropped, heavy with truth. "A drifter, no name, no clan. Kethar's corpse, burned to mimic human ash." Kalia's amber eyes blazed. "They made me their weapon." The elder's blind gaze softened. "Your love for him was their fear. A human, tied to Voron's champion, broke their plans." The human's jaw tightened. "What plans?" "War," the elder said, "endless, to claim the Ash Plains. Kalia, broken, let it." Silence fell. A wound reopened. "What now?" the human asked. "Return," Kalia said, voice iron. "Expose them." The elder gestured to a scarred outcast, Vren. "She knows hidden paths to Voron. She'll guide you." Vren's eyes narrowed. "Why help a clan killer?" The elder's voice was firm. "Her truth ends the war." Kalia met the human's gaze, a vow unspoken. They'd reclaim honor, or die trying. Night cloaked the camp, as Kalia the human and Vren prepared. Supplies, water, blades, cloaks, were packed in silence. Kalia knelt by a bone shrine, whispering to ancestors. "I fought for you. I was wrong." The human joined her, quiet. "On earth, we say truth cuts deeper than steel." Kalia rose, amber eyes meeting his. "My honor burned with that corpse." He touched her arm. "We'll forge it anew." Vren signaled, her scars stark in moonlight. "Dawn moves us. Hunters will track again." They left, 3 shadows slipping into the wastes. The terrain softened. Ash to scrub, bone to earth. Vren led through ravines, paths only exiles knew. At a rest, the human spoke. "They feared us together. Were they right?" Kalia's gaze lingered on the stars. "Death showed me truth. You were mine." His hand found hers briefly before Vren's hiss broke the quiet. "Danger," Vren whispered, pointing. In the ravine below, 5 Voron hunters moved, armor glinting. "They knew our path," the human said, eyes narrowing. "Betrayed." Vren's blade gleamed. "Exiles talk." Kalia gripped her spear. "No retreat." The hunters closed, silent predators. "Kalia, traitor!" Their leader barked. "Surrender!" She didn't answer. Her spear flashed, piercing the leader's chest. Vren fought, brutal, felling another. The human, unarmed, dodged a blade, twisting the hunter's arm until it snapped. 2 remained, circling. Kalia's eyes glowed, a Voron fury unleashed. Movements a blur, spear a storm. Both hunters fell, blood-soaking ash. The human watched, unafraid. Vren panted. "More will come." Kalia cleaned her spear. "Let them." They moved, the ravine a grave behind them. Voron's fortress loomed closer, its truth waiting to be shattered. The fortress rose, black stone under fading suns. Kalia and the human hid in a gully, watching guards pace the walls. Vren crouched beside them. "Festival of ashes tonight," she said. "Elders gather in the arena." The human nodded. "They'll be there." "Tradition demands it," Kalia said. "We enter through the shadow gate, lightly guarded." Vren shook her head. "I've brought you this far. Inside, I'm dead." Kalia clasped her arm. "You've honored us." Vren saluted, fading into dusk. Kalia led the human, timing the guard's lapse. A tossed stone distracted them. They slipped through the gate, shadows among shadows. Chants echoed from the arena, drums pounding. Elders move soon, Kalia whispered. We catch them on the ash path. The humans' eyes were steel. Truth or death? They waited, hearts sinking with the fortress's pulse. The arena's chants peaked, drums silent. Doors groaned open. Elders emerged, robed in bone and ash, led by Elder Varn, his face carved by time. Beside him strode the clan's blade master, armor ornate. Kalia and the human stepped from shadow, blocking the path. Gasps rippled. Guards raised blades, but Varn's gesture stopped them. Kalia, he said, voice cold, you return, stained with treason. She stood tall. Your lies stain deeper. Murmurs grew. Varn's eyes flicked to the human. And your prisoner dares walk free. The human's voice was calm. I challenge your blade master. She challenges your truth. The blade master sneered. Unarmed, pathetic. Varn's gaze hardened. To the arena. Let Ash judge. The crowd surged, Kalia and the human at its heart, not champions, but rebels. The arena awaited, torches flaring, ready for blood. Torches blazed, casting jagged shadows across the arena's ash. The blade master entered, his curved blade raised, crowd roaring. The human followed, unarmed, in tattered cloth. Silence fell, broken by jeers. Begin! Varn's voice boomed. The blade master lunged, blade slicing air. The human dodged, fluid, every move precise. The crowd hushed, watching a dance of death. Fight, coward! The blade master spat. The human smiled. I am. A wild swing came, heavy with rage. The human sidestepped, striking the master's wrist. The blade fell, Ash swallowing it. He kicked it away. Equal now they circled. The master's fists landed, bruising ribs. The human countered, strike sharp, targeting nerves. Blood-stained ash. The crowd leaned forward, sensing the impossible. Kalia watched, her spear tight in hand. Amber eyes fixed on the man who'd returned from death. The blade master charged, a bull of muscle. The human read his stance, dropping low. He flipped the master over his shoulder, ash exploding. The crowd gasped. The human pounced, locking an arm around the master's throat. Not to kill, but to choke. Yield, he whispered. The master's eyes bulged, pride warring with breath. He tapped the ash thrice. Silence gripped the arena. The human rose, offering a hand. The master took it, shamed but alive. Cheers mixed with boos. Kalia stepped forward, spear raised. Elders of Vorin, her voice cut the night. She flung ash-stained bones before Varn's platform. These I burned, believing him dead. She pointed to the human. He lives. Your lie forged me into your blade. Murmurs swelled. Varn's face was stone. What proof? He demanded. The truth stood, breathing beside her. The blade master limped forward, voice hoarse. I speak truth, he said. 2 cycles ago I delivered a human to Kethar slavers, under elder orders. His face, he pointed. That man. The crowd erupted, shouts drowning chants. Younger elders paled, glancing at Varn. Kalia's voice rose. You sold him, burned another to hide it. My grief was your weapon. Varn stood, robes heavy. We secured Vorin's future. War claimed the plains because of you. Kalia's spear pointed at him. At what cost? Lies? Blood? The human stepped beside her. You feared our bond. Its strength, not weakness. The crowd stirred, warriors nodding, younger voices rising. Varn's calm cracked. We protected our clan. Kalia's eyes burned. You betrayed it. She raised the bones. I call for exile. For all who lied. The arena trembled with the crowd's roar, demanding justice. Silence fell, heavy as ash. Varn's eyes scanned the crowd, sensing the shift. Voices chanted, warriors, civilians, young and old. Justice, they cried. His shoulder sagged, an elder undone. Slowly, he removed his bone crown, placing it on the platform. So falls Vorin. he whispered. Other elders followed, shedding robes, complicit in silence. Guards surrounded them, solemn, leading them to cells. The Blade Master approached Kalia, bowing. "You've earned leadership." She shook her head, hand finding the humans. "No, choose those who honor truth, not power." The crowd parted, some touching her cloak, others whispering thanks. Voron's truth rises, #HFY. Kalia and the human walked from the arena, ash swirling. The suns rose, painting the wastes gold. They'd torn down lies, now they'd build something true. At dawn, Kalia and the human stood by a scorched hollow, where she'd once burned him. Voron reeled. Wars paused, elders exiled. Kalia knelt, unclasping her spear's blade. "This chain," she said, burying it, "binds lies." The human helped, their hands smoothing ash. "What now?" he asked. She looked at him, not warrior, not prisoner, but hers. Truth, us. She planted the spear's shaft, blade glinting, a marker of honor, not war. They walked, suns casting long shadows, equal, unbound. Humans and Voron rewrite honor. The waste stretched, endless, but they moved forward side by side into a future carved by their own hands. No clan, no lies, just two souls, stronger than ash, brighter than suns. Thank you, viewers. Welcome to the world of science fiction. What a journey with Kalia and her human shattering lies and forging truth. If this HFY epic lit your soul, smash that like, share with your sci-fi crew and subscribe for more. Drop your favorite moment below. Kalia's spear drop or the human's arena win. Let's keep the #HFI fire blazing. See you in the stars.